Let me make sure I'm online. Okay. Hello, I'm Alex from A.P.Ink. So I had an idea for a landscape that I wanted to try. Um, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna try to get right into this. So I've got a piece of sketchbook paper, a 4B pencil, some more supplies off to the side. So I am just gonna get into this. So most of this I'm going to try to pull together just with ink, but just to kind of get the basic layout. Okay, I'm going to go in with a black brush pen. Okay, I'm going to excuse me. I'm going to give that a minute to dry. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in and erase the pencil. Okay, so I've got orange, this kind of burgundy color, yellow green, mid green, dark green. Then I've got reddish brass, burnt umber, forest green, so I'm gonna start with orange. I'm going to use that maroon color to try to give some shape to this. This is a bit too dark. I should have swatched them together first. Red may have been a better option, but the tones are kind of on the same kind of on the same consistency, for lack of a better word. But gonna try to make it work anyway. So I'm gonna run through the greens. This might not make any sense, but I'm hoping I can make it make sense. Okay, I think that's a bit too light, so the mid green. Hello. Sorry I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Try and even up the color. How are you doing, Asakura? So dark green. So I feel like if you have to explain it, it's probably not coming across, but to actually try to depict a pine tree, which the branches are a bit more of a shape if you're doing it in kind of a cartoon style, which is what I'm trying here. Yeah, it's an attempt at kind of a cartoony landscape with pine trees kind of right here in the foreground. I don't know if it's really coming across. I kind of think I'm failing here, but I'm gonna try anyway. Try and put in the center branch coming off the trunk, and then try to put in some like uh put in some of the smaller branches. Okay, I think we'll move on to reddish brass. So there's some variation for the bark on the trunks as it gets further away. I wanted to wait until I got the foreground done before I added any more detail for the next tree, and I'll do the same for this tree, just so I didn't interrupt the branch. I'll use burnt umber to try to add some detail here in the next tree. That might be too close. Burnt umber might be too close to the reddish brass. I don't know if it really shows up on camera, but I could try this burgundy color. Okay, for this upper part, I do think this is a better color, but just to try to stick with consistency here. So it looks the same. I'm thinking for the uh, further back branches, maybe you wouldn't be able to see the center branch, but maybe I should put them in anyway. Okay, for this tree, I don't have a scratch. I don't have a scratch paper, but I'm gonna try burnt umber and then use the maroon color again to try to shade it. So to go back in and try to continue this trunk, I've had a bit too much coffee, so my hand is not as steady as I'd like it. I don't know if you guys can actually see how much my hand is shaking right now. Okay, so maroon again, or burgundy, whatever. Oof. A surgeon saying that before surgery. Can you imagine actually going into surgery before they put you out and you hear that from a surgeon? Okay, so going in again to add the branches. But I'm thinking maybe just for some variation, and maybe I should have done this here. Um, I think this is teal. And then I think because you can see a bit of a gap here to put in some indication on this side. And then to try to make it make sense, trying to decide mid-tone or dark. Probably the dark is the best way to go. Let me make sure I'm still online. Okay, I guess I got kicked off. It is snowing here, so I don't know if that's messing with the internet. So I'm gonna use dark green to try to add some detail here. I've got forest green here. I think because I used blue here, I'm going to use forest green just to further the um the different tone, I guess. I think this is kind of drying out though. It seems like it. think I'll put dark green over top of this. Okay. For the ground, I think I'm going to transition through the greens, if this green actually holds up. So, like yellow green, mid-tone green, dark green, and forest green. I'm switching to the mid-green. Try and even up the streakiness. I think because this yellow green is so light, the patchiness is a bit harder to see. So I'm going to try to vary the seam that I just made. Along with adding kind of like some grass indication marks. Okay, so the darker green. Actually, I think I am going to use the darker green to help add detail to the mid green, but I think I'll add this section here to the mid green too. Do you press on the marker? Um, I mean, applying pressure, sure. Um, I'm not purposely trying to like smash the marker, if that's what you mean. Try to even out some of the streakiness here. Um, yeah, for applying too much pressure, I mean, if you're using a marker and the tip of it ends up looking like a overused paintbrush, then yeah, you're applying too much pressure. Um, and it's, at least for me, I'm heavy-handed with all my art supplies. I don't intend to be. That's just how I am. Um, I don't have, I've never, at least up till now, had that problem. You're more experienced with digital art though, aren't you? So I'm gonna use dark green to try to add detail to this section. I mean, I guess if you're really worried about, I don't know what kind of markers you have, but if you do have like an expensive marker like Copic, I would suggest going out to, I don't know if you have like dollar stores where you are, but go and see if they have cheaper art supplies to practice and kind of get back into traditional art. But I think most art supplies, regardless of what they are kind of built to hold up. I mean, if okay, so Crayola, those are generally like a kid art supply. I don't know if they've ever had an issue where kids are like destroying the tips. Um, I mean, the only thing I can think of offhand where there was an issue was a video that uh, Jazza put out where he used his marker enough where the tip degloved itself, the brush tip. I don't remember what brand of marker he was using. If you've actually seen that video, I'm pretty sure that's an older video. I'm not sure how long ago. I'm not sure the name of the video, but I know it's out there. For this section, we'll try forest green. I do think it is drying out. Rip my markers. Maybe. I know he has done at least one video where he put his Copic in a blender. I want to see if this dark green actually shows up. It does. Are you actually looking it up? Oh. Okay, so for this part, I didn't think that far ahead, but I have this baby pink sail. No. Baby skin pink. We're gonna see if it still works. I'm thinking maybe orange to add detail here. Are you just hanging out, Asakura, or are you drawing too? I don't have a light brown. I could go red. Or maybe pink. Finishing up a drawing. Did you finish up that, the head balloon project you were working on? So I think of the colors that I swatched here, it's going to be subtle, but I'm thinking the lighter pink color. Just adding some detail with the brush pen. Your brain's too tired. It does seem complicated with all the layers. But I don't know. I haven't tried to do a project like that, but I'm wondering exactly how much different that kind of 3D um digital art project would be from any of the paper projects that you've done in the past, where you've made Godzilla with like actual working like fire breath. I actually think I might pull the orange in here too. It's similar. Doing the paper cuts is easier. Okay. I could tell you what this is, but I want to see if anybody guesses. I'm guessing no. Okay, so for the rest of this... The one that I did before... The colors I have are really limited because I'm trying to actually use these markers up. I actually went back in and digitally smudged this blue to make it look a bit more um to make it look a bit subtler. I think I'm gonna go in gotta give a hint. Is it a natural thing or man-made? This is natural. Like some kind of crop. Exactly like a kind of crop. Okay, so I'm gonna use GG3 green gray to try to put in indications for clouds. Remember when crop circles were a thing? Yeah. You miss artistic aliens. If I had the right color, I'd actually try to put in like a light indication for a sun. If I could actually smudge that out to fade it. I'd like to add blue, but I think if I do that, the blues I have access to are limited. I would also have to smudge this out. Maybe I shouldn't. Aliens come to Earth, create art, and just leave. I don't know how much you are into, shoot, where was that? There, somewhere, now I don't even remember where it's located. There's an area somewhere on the planet where they've got, um, like outlines of large, like, I think one of them is a spider. I think there's like a man, but these are all in stone. Um, this is losing a lot because I'm not remembering like even where it is, but that you can see it. I think they said that you can see it from space. Um, and I was watching a documentary a while ago where I don't remember if they were in a plane or in a hot air balloon, but they were trying to recreate one of them. But it's just like, I don't know, to be flying around and just notice something like that. And they were saying that there's one part in this area that could have actually been like a landing strip for like a plane. So they're thinking that somehow it could be like indication to aliens as to where to land. South America. Welcome. Delirium. I'm having a hard time actually seeing your name. Um, see, I feel like I should do something here. But I think that to actually fill in the space with blue, I mean, aside from the fact that I don't have the right color blue, would be overkill. So just to kind of give really subtle indication. want to see what happens if I go over this with orange. This looks a lot more subtle because I used brown on top of brown versus brown on top, or no, I actually used burgundy on top of brown, but the tones are closer. I want to see if I go over this with orange, if it maybe blends it a bit more or completely eats up the ink altogether. Lurkers are welcome. Trash panda who found dumpster snacks. I don't think that really helped. I think it just made the orange darker. To see this on camera in the OBS versus here. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this one here though. Um, actually, really quick, I could show you the difference between the raw image and the edit that I did. If you guys don't mind while I try to grab that. Actually, I could just open it and show it to you. Okay, so this is the original, obviously. And then I'm still here. I'm just trying to find the right window. So, to look at it now, I thought it looked okay yesterday, but that's right here is where I tried to blur the sky. So here, And I think I might try to blend this out too. I'll probably try to blur the grass a bit. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways. Thank you, Asakura. Thank you, Deli Rum. I'm sorry I'm butchering your name. I'm not doing it on purpose. Thank you to anybody else who watched or watches. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.